You want to close 90% of your listing appointments and you're someone to actually get through and close these people. You're getting a ton of appointments, but you don't seem to actually be listing any properties, and that means you're not getting any sales. Well, you're going to want to tune into this video because I'm going to be sharing exactly what you need to do in order to close 90% of the listings. And the best part about it is it actually starts right before the listing presentation, and that's where people actually get it wrong. And I'm going to be sharing the secret sauce that our team uses to close 90% of our listing presentations. Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Russell Mortlock here with the Apex Group. Super fired up to be bringing you a lot of value here and what I'm personally doing to grow my real estate business. And if you're someone that's super interested to see exactly the tips and tricks that I've personally implemented to hit my goals as a real estate agent, well, make a comment below. I'll fire you over the Apex Group link where you can join and be part of a community of a ton of other top agents who are looking to grow their business. And then for the people that would love to partner with me personally one-on-one and see exactly how I can help you hit your real estate goals, well, go to the description. There's going to be a link to my calendar there. Would love to chat more to see if I align with you, helping you hit your real estate goals. Now let's get to the video on how you can close 90% of your listing presentations. Are you someone that has just walked into a listing presentation and been like, oh, I could have done something more, or I forgot to say that, or you're extremely nervous and you weren't able to handle their objections? What I'm going to outline here is going to help you save all that and make sure you actually get to the stuff that is going to help you convert these people. A lot of people are teaching fluff and things that doesn't really matter in terms of actually building trust with real estate prospects, because that is our main goal in making you the authority that's going to get them top dollar for their home. And I've done this many different ways. I've done it where I've had PowerPoints. I've done it where I don't have PowerPoints. I've gone where I just show up and I try to talk to them and really sit there and go through it all. But the system that we've developed now is what we do every single time. We just make sure we tailor it to the individual that we're speaking with. So let's start with ground zero. So where we actually set the precedent and the expectations for how the listing appointment's going to go is the phone call, setting the appointment. So many agents are just lazy and they text their people and send an email and they don't actually take the time to call the people. That's when you can do all the open-ended questions and really gather a ton of information so you can make the presentation already streamlined to what this person's looking to do and know exactly what they're trying to achieve. Right from day one, you got to do that on the phone. The next thing that you got to do is set the expectations. So if this is a person that you're meeting for the first time, what we like to do is a two-step approach for doing the listing appointment. And I'm going to share the last step is what actually makes sure that you guys are solidified and get the actual appointment. Step one is make sure that you call them and go through all that. So you need to understand their timelines and you need to understand exactly what they're looking to achieve. Once you've established exactly the expectations for the appointment and what you're going to be going over, everything is pretty easy after that because they know exactly what to expect. You know exactly what to expect, and you aren't going to be so nervous going over there like, oh, what is this? Is this person thinking that their home's going to be worth $10 million? Or is this person, how are they going to be? Like, what are they trying to do? And you're just making up all these scenarios in your head, and it gets you flustered, gets you really nervous, where if you do that right from ground zero, it just makes everything such a calming effect so you can go over there with confidence, authority, and establish how you're the real estate professional. Okay, now we're at the home. We need to set the stage. So this is where when you've done that investigating on the phone, if you know someone is going to be really high on their price and you've run all the comps and you think they're way off, as you're walking through the home, you want to make sure you're asking them those open-ended questions. You're really trying to understand what they're trying to do. But the most important thing you want to be doing is if you see any blemishes, if you see anything wrong with the house, is rub your hand over it or rub your foot over it or just kind of touch it a little bit. But don't mention it or anything to the actual client, because this is a psychology bias. When they go to talk about price, they're going to make a mental note of everything, every defect that you touched in the property, and you didn't even have to bring it up and fight with them. How many times have you been on a listing appointment and you've been fighting over price with people and they think their house is worth way more than it is and it has a million different things wrong with it and they have to fix that and fix this and they never quite seem to understand? I used to fight with clients about this and really try to put emphasis like, hey, your flooring that you put in 10 years ago isn't brand new. Your dog has scratched it a lot. Where now I just simply go above, rub my foot on it, look at it a little bit, and I say nothing. And then when we get to price, they make mental notes of that themselves. This was an amazing hack that one of my mentors taught me, which really helps with building that resistance that we get on pricing with clients and not being so aggressive and fighting with them. The next is establishing what makes you different. A common question that we get all the time as real estate agents is what makes you different? So establish that unique selling proposition. Make sure you know exactly how to deliver it and streamline it exactly to what is going to be best suited for them. And then the next step is building trust. And how do we build trust with clients? Is telling stories of how you've helped people in similar situations achieve their dream outcome of what they're looking to do. So my classic example is someone that was downsizing. I tell the story of a person who had a family friend real estate agent for 4 years, was trying to sell their home and wasn't able to in an extremely good market. Our team took it over. We got $25,000 more for the home than what it was previously listed for, and they were finally able to downsize their home and move into the community that we're able to, because taking care of this home was literally having detrimental effects on them and they weren't able to sell it. But then we stepped in and we knocked it out of the park. So storytelling is what's going to really build that trust, because people want to hear exactly how you've helped other people in their situation. Now when we've established everything that we've outlined so far in this video with the client, we've built that trust, you know exactly where they stand. What a lot of agents forget to do is they tell them, okay, well, let's talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, you and your wife talk about it tonight and then get back to me tomorrow, where you need to be spending that time right from there. Why do we need to talk about it tomorrow? You're the real estate professional that's going to give them the best advice on what's going on in the current market. This is such a mistake that people make when they go to these listing appointments, and these people end up having all these thoughts and ideas after they leave, where it's like, let's talk about these things right now. What are we trying to achieve? And establish that right there, so you are deemed an authority and they don't go putzing off and maybe think that they should call another agent because they have all these questions that you never answered. Spend the time. Don't put things off. Don't give them the excuse that, hey, we need to talk about it. It's like, okay, awesome. I understand this is a big move, but what else do you guys need to talk about? And let them explain, because that way you can actually unpack people's motivation and see what they're trying to achieve. And now we get to the secret sauce of it. So if this was a prospect that you meet for the very first time and you're doing the two-step approach, you want to make sure that you let them know what the expectations were. You told them on the phone, this is going to be a two-step approach. I got to see the home first. I got to come up with a value and come back. So when you're at that appointment, you need to set a follow-up appointment in no less than 2 days after. I've taken so much stats on this. If you set it next week, it lose interest or they kind of flake off a little bit. You got to set an appointment right then and there with their schedule, what works for them and you, to come back to the home and talk about how we can get this home on the market. So that's for the people that are saying, hey, I want to list this in a month there. You're going back, and this second appointment is that psychology hack that you'll hear me talk about in all my training, that it is a signing appointment. We are going there to get the paperwork signed, and we will not stop until it is ready. And you have so much confidence that it's all prepped in DocuSign, all the paperwork's ready. You just need to hit the send mark for them to sign it by their emails, and you've got the listing and you've established this. This is so efficient. I don't know how many people beat around the bush playing phone tag, trying to set everything up. Schedules never aligned. Build that authority right from day one. Set it all in person so you can get on to the next point in the sales pathway. And for the people that got a lot of value from this video, it means the world to me if you subscribe and follow my real estate training. I love doing these videos and helping agents actually succeed. And if you're someone that wants to elevate their business and you think partnering with us is going to be the best thing for you to hit your real estate goals, well, book a call with me. My Calendly link's in the description below, and look forward to chatting to you about how we can help you actually achieve your real estate goals.